Hello everyone. Hope you all are doing great. Happy Christmas. Let's discuss what we can expect on the upcoming week. I mean last week of the year 2022, a week ahead video. As usual, I like to discuss this in two topics. First, short introduction about what happened last week. Second, what are some important economic calendar events we need to look out for. Again, as usual, regarding what we can expect on Monday, I'll make the pre-market video on Monday morning as I don't want to duplicate the same information twice. First, in short, what happened last week? To be honest, it was one of the worst week in the year 2022. It was the worst week since last October. Both Nifty and Sensex dropped around 2.5% and Bank Nifty dropped above 3.5%. In comparison, S&P 500 dropped only 0.2%. If we consider the whole month since December 1st, Nifty dropped over 5%. There were various reasons for that, like new pandemic panic, Bank of Japan's policy change, fear of US aggressive rate hike, and Western world's last working week panic. As I said in my pre-market videos, last Friday was the last working day for this year for most of the banks, hedge fund, and even for the manufacturing industries as well. So it's very risk for those investors to hold throughout this upcoming week with a lot of uncertainty in the world with the pandemic worries. Also from January, earnings season uncertainty adds to this, so it's kind of understandable why they close their positions. To be honest, on week-on-week basis, FIA net sold shares only for below 1000 crore rupees and DIA net bought for over 8500 crore rupees. But still the stock market was significantly down despite the fact net institution bought for over 7500 crore rupees. Thus, I think either they hedged all their positions in F&O or there is a chance they might have shorted heavily in F&O. Sector-wise, Nifty Pharma was the only sector that finished positive as it was increased by 1.2%. On the negative side, Nifty Metal and Auto are the one that got hit most by over 6% and 4% respectively, followed by banks and FMCG which was dropped over 2%. In terms of stock specific, 4 out of 5 top gainers in Nifty was from Pharma, only Nestle was the exception. On the negative side, Tata Motors was the top Nifty loser which lost around 10%, followed by Adani Enterprises lost around 8.5%, Tata Steel, UPL and Adani Port lost over 7%. So that's all about what happened last week. Now let's move on to the next topic. What are all the things we need to look out for in the next week? First, on Monday, December 26th, it's a Boxing Day, so most of the countries in G20 will be on holiday except the Asian one. I don't want to go one by one. Instead, I'll show the list. If required, please pause it and have a look. But I'm not sure. I'm guessing there is a chance that futures might be open. If so, then the market will be following that, or else it just major Asian market will dictate it. At present, during the weekend, there is a news that floating around that over 250 million people in China got COVID in the last 20 days. 250 million means 25 crore people, almost 80% of the population of the whole US. I mean, at present, every 1% out of 6 persons in China got infected. So we can expect those impact and market will expect some clarity over that. Here is what I think and I'm able to understand why the market is falling. In the past, I mean in 2021 and 2022, most of the country, India, US, UK and except Germany, all got the huge surge in case and that peaks in somewhere in between the month of January. 2022 January numbers was more than that of the 2021 January. In India, it's almost same peak number of new cases in the back-to-back years. Then it started to moderate and back to its normal in the February month. So mainly January 2023 and maybe first 2 weeks of February, investors might have this pandemic panic. And there is no major macro or economic data scheduled to release that I'm aware of and that can have the impact on stock market. Then coming to Tuesday, December 27th, again some of the Western countries will be on holiday but not everyone. And there is no scheduled release that I'm aware for India. Regarding global market, first early morning before our market opening, we need to look out for bunch of Japanese data like unemployment rate, retail sales, etc. Then during the market hours at 10:30 a.m. Japan CPI data, consumer inflation is scheduled to release. Generally, Japanese macro is not that impactful on Indian market. But that day for 27th December, there is no lot of major market opens on the previous day. And also last week, Bank of Japan announced their change in policy. Now, if the inflation comes high, for example, the present projection is to be at 2.8%, and if it comes as 3%, then for sure investors will fear that the Bank of Japan will increase their interest rate in 2023 for the first time since 2015. So that's why I think it's important to look out for. Then in the aftermarket house from US, there is a schedule for various US related housing price index. As I said most of the time in my videos, that housing price is one of the three parameters that Fed chairman mentioned during his conference that he will consider for pausing or increasing the interest rate decision. So it's very important to keep an eye out for the numbers for the following day impact. Then on Wednesday, December 28th, again early morning before our market hours, there is a schedule for release of Bank of Japan's opinion summary. Then during the market hours, there is no important macro that I'm aware of is scheduled for the moment. And in the night for US, again there are some housing sales related data. Importantly, monthly average bank's 30-year mortgage rate. Coming to Thursday, December 29th at 2:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, there is a schedule for release of Europe's new loans issued for non-banking and financial companies for November month. Then it's usual Thursday, US weekly initial jobless claims and crude oil inventories data in the aftermarket hours. Regarding jobless claims, market expecting the bad number, so it can slow the Fed aggressive interest rate hike in the next meeting. Then regarding inventories, crude oil addition can put pressure on oil price, which is what India wanted. Finally, on Friday, December 30th, in the aftermarket hours at 5 p.m., as usual, RBI's bi-weekly banks credit growth and deposit growth. Then also other very important macros like current account deficit, fiscal deficit, and how much foreign debt India got at present. Again, all these data should release in the evening, so we can see the impact only in the following week. But there is a chance that some company or the investment firm might release their estimation. For that matter, this investment firm's estimation problem is applicable for any macro and it does affect the market sentiment. This is one of the important way market is manipulating now. Anyway, that's all in this video. Hope you all got some useful information. Please consider subscribing the channel and liking the video so it will help me beat the YouTube algorithm and it will also motivate me to do more. Please don't make any investment decision based on this as I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. I'm doing it for my and viewers educational purpose only. Thanks for watching.